and on YouTube. God bless you for joining. I am super excited to have you all. Your support is amazing. I do love and appreciate you all. When we say God bless you, and please don't forget to share, don't forget to invite your loved ones, your friends, invite everybody. We all, one way or the other, need some words of encouragement. We are one way or the other, especially Sunday afternoon after church when you're relaxing in your bed. You know, listening to programs like this tends to boost your faith, and we learn together. And so please don't deprive that friend from learning something today. Invite your friend, invite your parents, invite everybody that you know, and please join us. Don't leave, stay with me. Today will be an amazing time. And so I'll go ahead and acknowledge all those who have joined me. And if you join me later on, I say thank you for coming on. Thank you, Uncle Kweku Boateng, for joining. Thank you, Daddy, for joining us. It is an honor to have you. Thank you, Esla Sechi. Thank you for joining us. She's always with us. God bless you, woman of God. Thank you, Ebenezer Nana Benyin. He's my, let me not go there, but thank you for joining us. Thank you, Auntie Rani. Auntie Rani is Mrs. Harrison, Mrs. Ebenezer Harrison. Thank you, Auntie Rani, for joining us. She says, Sister Helena, you are fine. Why? Thank you, Auntie Rani. I'm learning from you because you're too fine. Thank you very much. And thank you, my very own husband, for joining. God bless you, sweetheart. And I love you so much. All right, people. All right, people. So today we're going to have an amazing discussion. If you've been following FBN, the flyer was posted. And so I'm sure you have an idea of what we'll be discussing today and our guest as well. But before I introduce my guest, or before we dive right into it, there's this story that I've been meaning like the whole week to share with you guys. And so I'm going to share like that story in like a minute or two, and then we get right into it because our time is fast spent. Someone says, Mrs. Ebenezer Harrison, I greet you. Why? Oh, all right, Mrs. Ebenezer Harrison, we greet you today. All right, so this is the story that I want to share with everyone, and it goes, there was this man. He's an average man who lives in a community. If I say average, I'm trying to say like rich, not rich, you know, those people that are fine. They are not like those that we term as rich, but they still live, you know, fine. They are not poor as well, who lived in a community. His brother traveled abroad, and then he finally came back home. This man was super excited to have a party to welcome his brothers. And so he made all plans, you know, cooking was done, of course. I'm sure Ghanaian jollof was there. Cooking was done, and drinks and everything to, you know, entertain the brother and, you know, invite some friends to come and celebrate the return of his brother from abroad. Now, after everything was set, this man told one of his servants that, hey, go into the neighborhood, go into the community and invite our friends to come and join us as we celebrate my brother. I want to do this with my friends. I don't want to do it alone. And so instead of the servants going to the people that mostly are acquainted with this man, those that comes in as friends, those that comes in as you know, lovers and other, you know, people who comes in with different agendas, he started shouting, fire, fire, fire in the house. Fire, fire, fire in the house. And so the people that rushed in to help quench the fire, when they got there, they saw a big feast. And lo and behold, the people that the man called friends, or the man termed as these are the people that loved me, my loved ones, actually had the fire. And some, you know, just walked by. Some pretended they didn't hear. Some pretended, oh, I'll go. Some, you know, said, I'll go later to check what happened over there. But these people that they weren't so much associated with rushed in there to help with the fire. So this man came out of the room, and he saw the poor people and, you know, people that he doesn't know or he's not, you know, acquainted with. in his house, seated, and he said, who are these people? I told you to go and call my friends. Who are these people that I don't even know them? And this man, the servants told the man that these are the people that actually loves you. Those who didn't come today, are, they are not your friends. And so this evening, I want to ask you, who is your friend? Who do you call a friend? Who do you term a loved one? Have you tested that friend to see if they truly love you? Would they come to your rescue in time of need? How would they rescue you? If they come, would they broadcast it to the whole world that they did this for you? Or do they expect you to give them all the glory in every day of your life? Who is your friend? Who do you call your friend? Who have you chosen to be your friend? This evening, this is the question that we'll be discussing on. And so please stay with me, share your thoughts, share your comments in the comment section. And don't forget this video to, don't forget to share this video to invite your loved one as well. And so I will invite my ever beautiful woman of God. If you've been following FBN, she hosts a program which is very amazing. The last time they talked about sorry for those who can hear me. They talk about so many things health wise, and it's an amazing program. She's a pastor's wife, and so I welcome Pastor Anita Ansah. Hello, Pastor Anita.
Hello, Lady Beautiful Helena. How are you?
I'm doing very well. How you doing, woman of God?
I am doing wonderful. It's the beginning of a new month, and I look forward to great and mighty things. So I'm doing very well.
Oh, glory be to God. I'm so excited. We made it to the month of May. Amidst everything that is going on, Corona and people losing their jobs and everything, we made it to the month of May in good health and in strength. We give God all the glory. Pastor Anita, I'm so happy. Because today is the first time me and you, we are, meeting one-on-one, even though it's not in person, but we get to talk. And so I can't wait, because I've listened to you a couple of times, and I know that you're a woman of wisdom. You're a woman of the word, and so I can't wait to learn a lot today. God bless you so much. So, Pastor Anita, today we are talking about, discussing on the topic, who is your friend? And this topic is very dear to my life, to my heart, because I've had a lot of friends in life. Some I've left, some I'm still with. And so I want to learn, I want to know how to best deal with people that come into my life, that we don't get to part ways in the wrong way, and how to even build friendship as a Christian. And so I want to start off to ask you, if we say a friend, who is a friend?
That's a very interesting question. And I'm really glad that this question is dear to your heart, because this question is also, or this topic is also dear to my heart too. When we talk about friendship, or who is your friend, it's very, very interesting, because you can take it from different angles. There are different types of friends. But the general foundation of who a friend is one whom you have chosen to know. So you have chosen to know this person, and you have also chosen to establish a mutual relationship or affection, like a bond with this person. So it's a choice. So a friend is someone that you have chosen, okay, by choice, and also by mutual affection, meaning that one person cannot be another person's friend. It has to be both a mutual relationship between two people who have agreed to get to know themselves on another level, or to establish a mutual relationship with each other. So that is who a friend is.
Right. So don't be a friend with someone who don't see you as a friend. It has to be mutual. Don't call someone a friend when the person don't see you as a friend. Thank you very much, Pastor Anita, for sharing that as well. Viewers, we are discussing on the topic, who is your friend? And so if you just join us, don't forget to share this video. Don't forget to invite your loved one. Invite that your friend. If you guys are thinking of how to make your friendship meaningful and benefit each of you, join this discussion and learn a thing or two. Invite your friend, let them come and learn as well. And so, Pastor Anita, what are some of the things to look out for if you want to choose a friend, especially as a
Okay,
Christian?
so the fact that it's a mutual relationship, right? It's a mutual affection between two people. I think that when we are looking at who our friend is or picking our friend, we have to look at ourselves and see that maybe there are certain things that we are lacking that someone else has. I always say, let your friend be someone you can learn from. Let your friend be someone that you can who can impact you in a good way, not a negative way. So some of the things that we can look out for when it comes to choosing a friend has to do with commitment, because it is time and energy that you spend in getting to know someone, right? And so commitment, their commitment level. You also have to understand about compromise, because when it comes to friendship, I always say that I have friends, right? But there's been times where I feel like I give too much, more than that person in a relationship. I always treat friendship like marriage, which is two people coming into agreement. And so when you're coming into agreement, there has to be a level of trust. There has to be a level of commitment. There has to be a level of mutual affection. You cannot love your friend more than your friend loves you, or your friend cannot love you more than you love her or him, right? It has to be a mutual understanding, mutual agreement. Trust is so important when it comes to friendship, because if you're friends with someone that you cannot trust and you're always afraid to tell the person something about you, then that is a question mark. It is a problem. One of the things I also want to say is that you can never it's not always that you can find a friend that is like you, right?
Yes.
But it's okay to find a friend who is the opposite of you, but in a good way. Because for me, I always tell myself that I would never marry myself, in a sense of the way I am. I need a friend who will understand me, right? Who will understand who I am, what I carry. I need a friend who will trust me. I need a friend who, will be willing to compromise and do things just as much as I will be willing to compromise and do things for the person. Because if you're the type of friend who keep giving, 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 but then the receiver is also not giving to you, you feel
Yes.
like you are being taken advantage of. And in a friendship, it shouldn't be like that.
Very true. So a friend should be someone you can trust and someone who understands you. That is very important. If the person can trust you, how did the friendship even start? What was the friendship built on in the first place? Because most people tends to share like every secret of them with friends. Some friends are some people's like most confidants that they share everything with. And so if you can't trust such a friend, or if the friend don't trust you, then obviously everything you've been sharing is out there.
Absolutely.
And so be careful who
Yes,
you
yes.
choose as a friend. Make sure your friend understands you. Make sure you trust your friend, and make sure he or she trusts you as well. If you sense no trust, don't share. I mean, it's like, personally, I do call a lot of people like friends, because obviously you're not my sister, you're not my brother. So if we meet if we meet somewhere, we are friends, like, hey, hello, how you doing? I do associate a lot with people. I'm like that. I'm always like this bubbly person, always hi, hello with people. So I call everybody a friend. But to me, there's a friend and a friend.
Well, maybe you can call them associates instead of
Right.
friends.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can call them associates. Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding, but yeah,
Right. So,
when we look at the word friendship, no,
uh-huh.
I always used to call people my friend too, like, oh, this person is my friend,
Mm-hmm.
and then I hear them saying, oh, but she's not my friend, and I'm like, I remember when I was in high school, right? There were a couple of people that I thought were my friends because I thought they were my friends, but at the end of the day, I was not their friend. So the
Right.
question is, was there a friendship? Because a friendship is a mutual, and that's where the issue is, that if it needs to be mutual, because if it's not mutual, then you always be the one trying to be friends with this person, and then
Yes.
whatever you're telling the person, because they're not your friend, they're telling it to someone else. So that
Mm-hmm.
mutual aspect of friendship, it's so 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 important.
That's very true, Pastor Anita. Let me share this story. When I was in high school, like when I went to Form 1, there was this lady who first became my friend. To me, she was a friend because, we share everything together. We later on got, I think, Form 2, something like that, when you can stand for positions and stuff like that. So she became the assistant girls prefect. But all of a sudden, for some reason, this girl felt like she is probably, we are not on the same level, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So someone that I saw as a friend, I was so happy she won that position and stuff like that, started showing some sort of like attitude towards me. And I'm like, what did I ever do to this girl? I thought we were friends. She
Mm.
went on, she was like, I remember someone telling me that she said, I think I can do like anything I want as a, because we were seniors then, because we used to be friends. And I'm like, we used to. So this girl was trying to tell me that she's going to set that boundary and make me understand that I have to respect the fact that she's now the girl's prefect, and I can't do it on a friendship level. I mean, I get it. She even went to the point that she came to my bed when I was in the bathroom just to seize my phone. And I'm like, what did I ever do
Wow.
to this girl? Right. I thought we were friends. And she's someone I will never forget. Later on, when I came to the US like 2, 3 years ago, she sent me a message and I'm on Facebook, and I just ignore it. A friend of mine just told me that, oh, this person has been asking for your number. I'm like, what does she want my number for? And I just I just didn't understand it. So later she finally got my number and she texted me, and I'm like, who is this? It's like, oh, it's me, your friend, so so and so. And I'm like,
Your friend.
friend, hello. Like we are
Mm.
friends. I thought we let go of that. I just blocked her. Like, don't be that fake friend. So it has to be mutual, and you have to understand each other. And so, Pastor Anita, what level of friendship should a believer keep?
What level of friendship should
Friendship,
a believer keep?
yes. As to what level?
Okay. Well, when it comes to what level of friendship should a believer keep, I believe that as a believer, the Bible tells us to do unto others as we want others to do unto us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Friendship, you don't necessarily have to know the person in a sense of, okay, I have to know everything about the person for them to be my friend. There are certain people that as soon as you meet them, you realize that you connect with them on
Yes.
a level that it's like, oh, I've never even met you before, or we don't come from the same family, we don't come from the same place, but there's just something about you. Maybe you guys connect on like a spiritual level, or even having fun, or even you realize that there's your passion, some of the things that you love. You talk
Yes.
to them, you realize that, oh, you went to the same school, or I like that same thing. So I believe that the level of friendship that a person should keep, I mean, it differs, right? It differs in a sense of,
Yes.
there's nothing wrong with having friends. I believe
Mm-hmm.
that friends are God's gift to humanity, because
Yes.
God knows that we all need somebody. We are not an island, we all need somebody. And so even the Bible tells us in Proverbs chapter 12 verse 26 that the righteous choose their friends carefully. So I
Mm-hmm.
believe that the issue is not the level of friendship that we should keep, but who our friend is. we need to choose our friends carefully, because if we have godly friends, then there is no such thing as level of friendship.
Friendship,
They
right.
can become our best friends, they can become our lifelong friends. And so, I believe that, the person who you pick as a friend is crucial to even the life you are going to live. And it's even crucial to where you are going to go, because it's not everywhere that, some people are supposed to come with you. But then there are certain places that people are supposed to come with you, like
Yes.
Ruth and Naomi per se. They developed some kind of friendship that even in the moments of trials, one was there for the other. So I think that it's so important that it's not about the quantity of the friendship, but the
Yes.
quality
Right.
of the friendship that matters. One time I was telling my husband that I have so many people's names on my phone, and when I'm going through stuff, I look and see, who can I contact?
Mm-hmm.
Who can I call?
Yes.
Who can I call to talk to? And I realized that, to be honest with you, I may have 600 people on my phone, names on my phone, but maybe 5 of them. So sometimes I ask myself, so why do I have these people's numbers on my phone
Mm-hmm.
if in case of an emergency I cannot contact them? If so, I believe that even with the disciples, right? Jesus had 12 disciples that we are aware of, in terms of they
Yes.
spoke about, he had more, but 12 that were very significant and they spoke more about them. But he also had 3 that were closer to
So,
him.
yes.
So I think that in our friendship, there are still certain people that have been set apart
Mm-hmm.
to another level that we should take them to, because we know the Bible even tells us that there are certain friends that stick closer
Than a
than your
brother.
own blood.
Yes.
And so, yes, so it's the quality of friendship that matters. And the quality of friendship will determine the level that you go with that person.
Yes. It is not about the quantity, but the
No.
quality. Thank you very
I
much,
would
Pastor.
I would I would rather have one person that
Mm-hmm.
I can look at my phone and know that the person is always there for me, my friend, than to have 10 people and
Yes.
none of them are reliable. And
Very
in
true.
my time of trouble, I'm
Uh-huh.
trying to figure out, so which one can I call?
Which
So
one can I
yes,
trust?
yes. Make sure you have a lifeline other than God, in a sense of friendship. That's
Yes.
important.
Mm-hmm. Um, I feel like we should pray for our friends, because like if you pray for them, you get to understand them, you get to know them all. And when you I think you made mention of like the level of spirituality or the level that you are, does that friend match up? Let's say if you're somebody that loves art or you loves painting, and you have a friend who hates painting so much, of what impact would that person make in your life? I mean, the person can match up to you in like a different level, but where your desire is, if her desire, he or she's desire is not to that level, what impact will the person make in your life? So let's, before you choose a, I know we don't do that. I don't do that as well. I don't pray for friends, or like I pray to God that God, I want to have this person as a friend. Should I or not? I don't do that actually, but I'm learning a lot, and I pray that today onwards, I'll pray and I'll look for more in friends before I can call someone a friend. I actually don't have a friend. I have friends, but I don't have a friend like friend. Mm-mm. I, I
So
realized
you have
recently
multiple. So you have quantity. You have the quantity as well. You have,
I don't
so
have the
let me ask you,
quality.
Helena. Let me ask you. So the friends that you have, you say you have, can they also call you their friend?
Personally, I don't care. I don't know if they call me as a friend or not. Because, like, just as I met you, Pastor Anita, if I don't call you a friend, I don't think I'll call you a sister, because you're not my sister. Oh, Pastor Anita is my friend. Oh, I know this person. She's a friend. Oh, he's a brother. That is how it is. But like a friend, like the friend we
A
are talking
friend.
about, that is the kind of friend I don't have. And I remember like during the lockdown or something like that, I was telling my sister that, do you know I just realized I don't have a friend? Because
Mm.
I, I was home like the whole day. If my husband don't call me, nobody calls me. It's either my husband or my mom or like family member, and I don't call anybody as well. So she was like, I don't have a friend either. I'm like, but I thought I have friends, but I just realized that I actually don't have friends because I'm somebody that I've worked to keep like the boundaries. There's this lady that I met in school and she was like, oh, you never call back, you never text back. And I told her, this is how I make friends. If I met you in school, we are friends when we meet in school. When I come home, I you can call and text and I wouldn't respond. She was like, that is weird. And I'm like, I've been like that for some time, so I'm kind of like used to it. If you're not in school and you are calling me or trying to have a conversation when I'm home, I feel like, what are we going to talk about? We met in school, so like that level should be we probably meeting in school and talking about school stuff. If it's not school stuff, I mean, there's nothing more to, talk about. So I might seem like all happy on the outside, but actually don't know how to keep friends for real. Like close friends, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah,
So I'm going to
yeah,
take
yeah.
some comments from the comment section.
Okay.
Someone says, Auntie Rani says, Pastor Anita, I admire you from afar. You are a friend in my heart. Auntie
Hey.
Esla Sechi, please don't hate.
Really?
You have a
Okay.
secret admirer here.
I have a secret friend though that I don't
Yes.
know. Now I know.
Ebenezer Nanabeng says, unfortunately, there are many people like that. When they are in an advantaged position, you mean nothing to them. But immediately you get in the advantaged position, they come around pathetic. Yes, I think that was when I was talking about my friend in high school. Uh, Someone says, Benedictine says, thanks, Mr. Harris, Mrs. Harrison. You are amazing, and I'm glad to be your friend for over a decade now. Hey, people have friends for decades. That's amazing. So keep the questions coming. And Brother Johnson says, friendship is God's gift to us. Without friends, life is boring and a lonely road to walk. But not all friendships are worth our time. Some are worth dying to keep, and others only lead to disappointment, regret, and sorrow. So we should choose our friends carefully. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 26, and Job chapter 16, verse 20 to 26. Thank you for sharing these scriptures with us, Brother Johnson. If you get a chance, please read them. And all right, so that is all from the. Someone says friendship requires intentionality. This is deep. Friendship requires intentionality. Thank you, Chaplain Joyce Ohene Amwa, for sharing this with us. Pastor Anita, should a Christian have an unbeliever as a friend?
The way the word friend is being thrown around, it loses its value and its meaning. If we are supposed to look at the word friend as a Christian and from the context of having godly friends, Proverbs 12:26 tells us that the righteous chooses their friend carefully. Okay, the word carefully means that you have to choose your friend with careful consideration. The Bible also tells us that we cannot and should not be unequally yoked, okay, with unbelievers. And so I think that when it comes to should a Christian have an unbeliever as a friend, the word friend means mutual affection. You're getting to know that person on another level and you are establishing a relationship with the person. The Bible tells us that can two work together unless they agree? Now, if you are an unbeliever, and or if you're a Christian and your friend is an unbeliever and you're trying to go on a certain path, right? And the friend does not agree with you, how then will you go on that path? You're trying to make certain decisions in life, but you understand that spiritually, this friend is not on the same level as you. What happens is that the friend will begin to weigh you down. And if you're not careful and you're not strong enough, you will begin to go on that side of your friend when you're the one who is even supposed to what? Change the life of your friend because you have seen the light and you're trying to get this person to the light. So the question of should a Christian be friends with an unbeliever? I would suggest that please, it is important for us to love people. It is important for us to, to do unto others as we want others to do unto us. But when it comes to the word friendship, if we understand the meaning and the significance of friendship, then I would advise that if the person and you are unequally yoked, it is not going to work, because there is no way both of you, and somebody mentioned about intentionality when it comes to friendship. There is no way that both of you can walk together or be on the same level if the person is an unbeliever and does not believe in the same relationship that you have with God, or does not believe in the spiritual aspect of who God has called you to be. Those things are very important, and as Christians we cannot be ignorant of that.
Right. Thank you very much, Pastor Anita. Auntie Esla says that I had a horrible experience with some people I used to call church friends years ago. So now I'm very careful those I allow into my inner circle. Yes.
Exactly.
That is very true. So, Pastor Anita, how do you identify fake people who pose as a friend?
You mean in the church or outside of the church?
Everywhere. In the church, outside the church.
How do I identify fake people? I always say one of the ways is when you realize that you are the one always compromising in the friendship. You are the one always giving in the friendship. It seems like nothing you do makes them satisfied. You are always, always, always giving. But when it comes to your turn, they make excuses.
Right.
Even the little thing that you know very well they can help you with, they make excuses like, oh, I'm busy. Oh, I have things to do. Or, you should have called me 5 minutes ago. If you did, I would have done this, I would have done that. I think that it takes wisdom
Excuses.
for us to know exactly who our fake friends are, because there are some people that are so close to us, but because we overlook, when you have a heart of giving, when you have a heart of being selfless, you do certain things for someone and you don't care about getting anything in return.
Yes.
Right? But then at the end of the day, you realize that that person is always taking advantage of you. And if someone is selfless, they don't really care about that, because they're like, oh, it's my friend and it's my duty to do that. And I think that when that happens, it is very, very difficult to identify fake friends. But I think you will identify them by their actions more than their words. Because their words are when you listen to their words, you would think that, oh, they care about you, they love you, they're intentional about their friendship with you. But then their actions will speak louder than their words.
Their actions will speak louder than their words. That is very true. And most times we ignore the actions. Most times, yeah, especially when you try to be compassionate and buy their excuses. You're like, oh, she said she's busy. She said she'll get back to me. She said she would have done it if she had the chance, or and we get to be okay with this excuses that they gave us. And when it gets to the point that we finally realize it, you feel like so hurt. But those were red flags that we ignored from the beginning. It is very true.
And can I say something about fake friends or red flags? If you have a friend who is always jealous of your achievements, if you have a friend who is always comparing themselves with someone else, not you, but they're always comparing themselves with someone else, it's a red flag. You have to watch out. If you have a friend who always tells you that let's do this, but then go behind your back and do something else. If you have a friend who calls if you're married and your friend calls your significant other more than the person who is supposed to be their friend, it's a red flag. If you have a friend who always feels like you are not good enough, it's a red flag. Because a friend is supposed to love you for who you are, even with your weaknesses, and is able to cover your weaknesses. A friend does not easily expose you in public. Even if you go somewhere and someone else says something about Helena, if I am Helena's friend, I don't agree, or I will not verbally agree with the person who is saying something about my friend Helena. Maybe it is true, but I will not verbally agree with the person. I will come home and, as a good friend, say that, Helena, this is what I've heard about you. So be careful who you talk to, or be careful. A true friend watches out for one another. For me, nowadays, I have seen friendship on a different level, and I try to treat my friendship just as I would my relationship, even with my spouse, because there are certain characteristics or certain traits, or there are certain things that makes a marriage work, and those things are also able to make a relationship, a friendship work. And so it is important. I feel like if we look at our friendship, if we select our friendship or friends the same way we put time into selecting the person we want to spend the rest of our lives with, it will definitely help us, and we'll be careful in selecting those that we bring closer into our lives.
Wow, people, I told you this woman is full of wisdom. I said that from the beginning, and I'm not surprised. Thank you very much, Pastor Anita, for sharing this with us. If you will be careful in selecting a friend, just as you are careful when you select a life partner, you can imagine what you will have and the kind of support you will have. Build your support system: trust, understanding, love, patience, and compassion. If you have a friend who don't have these things, think twice. Someone posted in the comment section and says that a Ghanaian proverb says, because of many friends, crab doesn't have a head.
Yes.
Yanko bebrenti na koto enyeti.
Yes, so true.
It's very true. And Ebenezer Naben goes on to say that when the relationship is in one direction, you're always the one making the effort. You know you don't have a friend but a parasite. Auntie Esla says that their actions will let you know if they are fake or not. Friends who are jealous, too wicked, they will sell you for $1 lampo. They'll sell you for free. They'll sell you for free. Auntie Chaplain Joyce Ohine Amma says that friendship, a gift from God. Looking at the creation, God saw Adam and said, this is not good for man to be alone. I have often used this as a marriage verse, but I believe God created us to live in communities, to join together in relationships, and to support and love one another as we journey the ups and downs of life. God knows that navigating this sinful world can be hard. He wants to provide us support systems that point the way to Him. He knows there will be great sorrow as the result of the fall, and He wants us to not only walk with Him, but also supply godly friendships to carry us through. The Bible has a lot to say about godly friendships and why we should parade them. Yes. Ebenezer Nanabein says, people who are always competing with people, envious and covetous of your things, and trivialize your accomplishments are not friend material. Oh, I'm loving this. Thank you very much, viewers. Keep the comment section. It is getting interesting, hotter and hotter. And so don't forget to share this video. Invite your friends and your loved ones. Pastor Anita is here with all the apo. Come and learn with your friends as well. Chaplain Joyce Ohini goes on says that friendships are important to living as God intended. It is important, however, to appoint out scripture that helps us discern between God and negative types of friendships, and how pursuing the wrong type of friends can pull us away from God. Friends influence us whether we want them or not. That's very true. If we often associate with angry people who lose their temper on a regular basis, we will learn bad habits from them. I find this also applies to speech. When we spend time with someone prone to gossip or swearing, we will also find ourselves losing control of our tongues. I'm sure we can all look back over our lives and see that when we were getting into trouble, we were really alone. And she gives a scripture, 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33. Thank you very much, Pastor Joyce Helena Ansah, for sharing this with us. God bless you, woman of God. Pastor Linda says that, Pastor Anita, you need to take me to your hairdresser for the same hair. Hey, Pastor Anita.
No problem.
And Brother Johnson says the book of Proverbs have few wise verses on believers befriending non-believers. The righteous should choose his friends carefully, for the way of the wicked leads them astray. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 26. And someone asked my next question in the comment section. She said, I want to read what she wrote. It says, is it okay if some friends are dropped along the way? Is it okay?
Is it okay if some friends are dropped along the way? My answer to that question is that just grow. You should not even do the dropping. When you grow, they will drop off. When you keep moving, they will drop off. Because there are certain times where, as believers, as children of God, we have to be careful in how we navigate life, right?
Yes.
Because the same friend you might meet today might become your enemy tomorrow. But then they're the same friend that you will have today. It doesn't mean that everything is going to be wonderful, okay? And this is what I want to say, because there are certain times we drop certain friends because we cannot take criticism. There are certain times we drop certain friends because they're too honest and we don't like the truth. There are certain times we drop certain friends, not because those friends are bad, but because we don't have the character to handle them. Not every Christian is able to even handle good friends or even have good friends. So I think that when it comes to the point of dropping friends, you have to analyze yourself and ask yourself, what is the motive? What is the reason why you are dropping them? If they are so toxic in your life, then of course, move on doing what God has called you to do. Live the life that God has called you to live, and they will drop off. But if you're dropping them because they are correcting you and you don't like to be corrected, if they are dropping you, if you're dropping them because you don't agree on one or two things, then what kind of friend are you?
Yes.
So most of the time, the problem is not in the person who we think is our friend. Most of the time, the problem is us. And so when you come to dropping that friend, ask yourself, what is it about you? And why are you dropping that friend? That's what I want to say.
And some people, when they leave, you don't have to cry over them. Some people, when they leave, you don't have to even bother about them. I've learned this, like a long time ago. Like some people, they would just leave for no reason. You might think that, oh, but we were so cool, everything was so fine between us. Why wouldn't he or she answer my calls? Why wouldn't he call me back? Why would he block me and stuff like that? You don't even know what God is saving you from. And so some people, you have to let go of them. And when they are going, don't hold on to them. Let them go. Let them go. You don't know what they realize that they feel like they need to leave. Let them go. Don't hold on to, especially toxic friends, as Pastor Anita mentioned. Thank you very much, Pastor Anita. Our time is fast spent, people. I wish we can go on and on and on with this, because I know when I look at Pastor Anita's mouth, I know there's a lot she want to say. There's a lot. There's a lot she want to say. Pastor Anita, someone has requested for your hairstylist also.
Tell them to send me a message. I will connect them. If they're willing to come to New Jersey, I'll connect them.
Okay, so I'll ask my last question and then we'll end it here. I've learned a lot, and I believe viewers have learned a lot as well. If we carry these with us, we'll be able to make good and quality friends, not quantity friends. I'm living with this quality and not quantity. What are you living with today? I hope you share with me in the comment section your take in all that is being said. Pastor Anita has poured out a lot. I am living with quality, not quantity. What are you living with? Share in the comment section with me whilst I ask my last question, and then we'll bring this to an end. Pastor Anita, my next question says that if a close friend breaks trust with you, should you accept him or her back into your circle?
We're all humans, and we all go through stuff. And I believe that everyone deserves a chance. Just as God gives us a second chance, third chances, God has given me, I cannot even count how many chances God has given me. I think that we are very too critical when it comes to judging our friends. Because I believe that for me, I believe that I have lost some good friends in my life. It's not every friend that you lose that is bad, because sometimes you have to look at yourself and your character as to why even some Christians cannot keep friends. And so if you're friends with someone, and let's say you're friends in a sense of you really know that this person is really your friend, but something happened and you have lost trust in that person, should you take them back? I honestly believe that if the person was truly your friend, that you guys can work something out. We should not be too quick to remove our relationship, or leave somebody just because they have done something. I believe that talking to them, letting them know how much this thing has hurt you. Sometimes the people do it out of, influences of others. Sometimes the people do it out of some reasons, right? I believe that if that thing is not detrimental to your salvation, to your destiny, to your life, I believe that everybody deserves a
A
chance.
chance.
But you have to use wisdom, because there are some people that clearly, I so believe that if you pray about your friends, God will reveal to you who is your friend based on just surface appearance, and who is your friend based on a heart to heart
Right.
appearance. So I believe that when you pray, even that person that has broken your trust, if you pray about that person, I'm pretty sure that God can say, you know what, let this person go, because this is the type of person they are, or it's okay. They are your friend, and so keep the relationship going. But next time, use wisdom. I always say
Yes.
that God brings us in the lives of people, or God brings people in our lives for two reasons: to learn what to do and to learn what not to
To
do.
do.
And so it's important for us to even evaluate ourselves and see whether or not the friends that we have, what are we doing to contribute to that friendship? Why did this thing happen? I think we shouldn't blame everything on our friends, but we should also do the assessment, because sometimes we think we have it all figured out and we are wonderful friends, but to that person,
Perfect.
maybe you are not.
All right. Thank you very much, Pastor Anita. Use wisdom, pray for your friends, and evaluate yourself. That is very important. There are some people that always thinks they are always right. Like everything I do or say is right. And some people want everything to go their way. People like that is
Yep.
very hard for people to associate with. And so evaluate yourself. Look at yourself. You might be the reason why people are leaving you. You probably talk too much. You probably yes. Or you
It's
gossip too
true.
much. Evaluate yourself. What is it that you do that people leave you? You can be on the phone with some people, and the moment they start talking about saying, like, can I call you back? Someone is calling me. Or, you know, you just hang up and turn off your phone. Oh, my phone went off because You just know them when they start those conversations, and so evaluate yourself. Don't leave that out. Whilst you're looking at the wrong in other people. Ask yourself, in which way do
Exactly.
I falter? In which way am I going wrong? And then work on it. When you feel like you've offended that friend, don't be ego. Kiss but apologize. Apologize, and then build that friendship again. When you are wrong, apologize, reach out to your friend, let them know that you are sorry, and then build it up. Same way you want to be loved and appreciated and all of that. Everybody feels the same. You ain't special.
Exactly.
Everybody is special, and so don't look down on anybody. Some people feel like because they have the money or they're probably in a higher position than their friends, they tend to treat people anyhow. Huh? Your position will not make you happy. At times, you need friends to release some stress. You need friends to release some stress. So, as Pastor Anita emphasized on, use wisdom, pray for your friends, and evaluate yourself. Thank you very much, Pastor Anita. Auntie Rani says, personally, it's really hard to let friends go. Irrespective of how I feel, I am not being treated right. I just want to hold on to that friendship. I'm like that as well. I'm very good at ignoring people, for real. We can talk and all of that, but I'm certainly not. You know, like when we meet, oh, hello, how you doing? But I know that you are not a friend. I'm not going to block you, or I won't tell you that, oh, don't call me again or everything. But, you know, we have all that fine conversations, but I know what I'll talk to you. I know what you will know about me or you will hear from my mouth. And I know what I will listen to when you talk. We're just not on that level that probably you think we were or we used to be again. Benedicta Eni says, Ebenezer Nana Bain Harrison, thanks, Mr. Harrison. You and your wife are wonderful friends in my life. God bless you both. Some friends are amazing. I have a question in the comment section, but I'm going to read the comments and then I'll ask those questions. It says that, personally, I believe if someone has a very good friend, has been a very good friend to me, I would prefer to hold on to that past love and still let a friendship continue. But people think that it's not the best. I still find it hard to understand. Am I being unreasonable? That's a question. She said, personally, I believe if someone has been a very good friend to me, I would prefer to hold on to that past love and still let the friendship continue. But people think that's not the best. I still find it hard to understand. Am I being unreasonable? Pastor Anita, you want to help her?
I don't think she's being unreasonable. I think, God has given her a heart that just can't seem to let people go. And, I think that in this case, just use wisdom. Like I said, just use wisdom, because one of the things I've come to understand, that there are certain things that you just can't, if you know the type of person you are and you know that you need God in this area, it is easier if God allows the thing to crumble than for you to force it to crumble, right? Because then it's on God. So with a person like that, take don't leave it to your guilty conscience. I think pray about it and say, God, I leave this situation to you, because the Bible says that God knows the heart of man, right? So if this person in the long run is going to be detrimental to your life, because I believe that sometimes those things are warning signs that you need to be careful of your friend. How would you know? You will not know until you pray about it. So I think that you should pray about it and ask God to help you to make the best decision. Because like I said, there are some friends I will keep even if they break my trust, because I know that this person and we've gone a long way.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a reason why they did what they did. I will not let them go. But then there are certain ones too that when it happens, it's a warning sign. So you have to really, really pray to God, use wisdom, and like I said, evaluate what caused that to happen, because that can also help you to make that decision.
Right. Thank you very much, Pastor Anita. And Ebenezer Nana Bain, in response to the question, says that maybe don't classify people as friends so soon. Give them time and
Exactly.
study their agenda. When you realize they have your best interest at heart, then they become friends. Otherwise, they are acquaintances. If you see signs that they are just taking advantage of you, then you are better off letting them go. Else they will destroy you and go away. Remember the story of the prodigal son. When he became poor, none of those friends were there for him. Yes, that's very true. Thank you very much, Mr. Harrison. And Chaplain Joyce or Helena Ansah says that a God-fearing is one of foremost criteria in choosing friends. Someone who is God-fearing. When Auntie Ansah says that when they start taking advantage of you, you should reconsider their friendship. Like Pastor Anita said, use wisdom, pray, and evaluate yourself as well. That is very important. Pastor Linda Amos says that a straightforward friend who can tell you the truth when you are right or wrong. Friends like David and Jonathan. But this it's very hard when, you know, someone comes straight to you and just points out your wrong to you. I just can't see myself someone that I cherish and I see as a friend come to me and just like, oh, you know, this thing that you did was wrong, wrong, wrong. Go, hey, Charlie, I'll probably start hating that friend.
I think most of the time it's not what you say, but how you say it.
How you say it, right?
Because you can deliver a bad news in a way that the person will not even feel like they're being attacked, right? And so I think the how you deliver the message is more important
Yes.
than, you know, what you say, because you have to know your friends. And that's why knowing your friends, knowing their temperaments, knowing all these things is important. Because if you know that you have a friend who is so into their emotions, then you have to be careful how you say certain things, right? Because they will always take it and misread it. So you have to know your friends.
That's very true. How you say it, that's very important. If you don't want me to hate you, find a better way to say it. I'm just joking. So someone is asking a question. Should our partners have a say in who we keep as friends? Should our partners?
I think before marriage, of course not, right? Okay, before
Of course
marriage, of
not
course
before
not.
marriage.
Of course not. Before marriage, you don't really know. You know, you're dating your partner. So you probably have your friends before you get married to the person. So there are some people that, you know, some of the abusers in marriages. One of the ways for them to, you know, remove you from people is to start to tell you that don't talk to this person, don't talk to this person. So that's a sign of someone who is controlling. But you know genuinely when your husband or wife tells you that, okay, be careful, you know, when it comes to this friend, because maybe they have seen certain things, or maybe they have heard certain things, or maybe they know something that you probably don't know. So I do believe that when you are married, then yes, your spouse should have a say in the type of friends that you have or you keep. Like I said, if your friends, the friends you have, they should also be friends with your husband. If they cannot be friends with your husband and you are married, then there is a question mark, because there's a certain level of friendship that you should keep when you move to the stage of marriage. I advise married people to have a few single friends. Don't let your single friends be more than your married friends. That is a problem.
Wow. Don't let your single friends be more than your married friends. Personally, I don't know, but I hear this a lot. Like, as a married woman, you're supposed to keep like married women as friends, but I know friendship has to do with character. So I've always thought that it doesn't matter whether the person is married or not. If he or she has like a bad character or is a bad friend, that wouldn't change actually. So if you, I
It's
feel like
true.
if you have a single friend who is more knowledgeable and, you know, trust you and supportive, keep that person as a friend than a married woman that will obviously not add any value to your life as well. But it makes sense.
I agree. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to have some married women as friends as well. But I know, issues with marriage, we go catch any, on also go catch any, say, hey, I same way, we back catch me, or see on new kuno. And on also what down for be crown, no, they are quiet, a be crown, can't channel, but they are quiet example. Now, I could say, now, quiet, and now for some
now, if you tell your single friend,
uh-huh.
and your single friend tells you, oh, wait, yeah, I am glad that I'm not married, so maybe you should get out. What are you gonna do? So I think that you're right. The character is more important than the marital status of the person. Yes. So character. The character
so let's stick
of
to
your
the
friend
character.
is important.
The character is important. Someone says, don't let your single friends be more than your right, just as Pastor Anita said. Someone, Ebenezer Nanabein says, my sweet wife, Renee, if I have a say in your friendship, dear, I be some would be dropped. Hey!
Please drop them, Madam Renee.
Right here, right now, some are being dropped. Hey!
Like it's hot.
I hope my own husband will not come to me with this. Someone says you can keep unmarried friends, but they have to be matured and godly. That is very important. And drop them as dropping friends. Yes, more. And some people, when you finally part ways with them, that is when they go about sharing every secret that you guys shared when you were friends. Hey, people are very wicked though.
That is why you have to use wisdom,
right?
In even how you deal with your friends, because obi wahwa, they want to share everything that goes on, especially when you're married. You tell your other people everything that's going on in your marriage. Well, you have to be careful, because they can also tell someone else. And let me share this story about a best friend. So I had a best friend. Well, I thought she was my best friend. And I was telling her everything that was going on in my life, all the plans and the ideas I had. And then I remember one day I heard her telling someone else. So I said, I thought that I was your best friend. So why would you do that? And she told me, she said, yes, I might be your best friend, but you are not my best friend. Ooh. So that means that your best friend
has a best friend.
That is dangerous.
Your best friend's best friend has a best friend.
Yes. My best friend had a best friend. That was in high school. And I was so shocked, because I thought that if I am your best friend, automatically you are also my best friend. Well, yeah. If that opposite, whatever. But yeah, I thought that. But no, my best friend was somebody else's best friend. So can you imagine the things you're thinking, you're sharing in secrets? Someone else is listening to it.
It's an open book.
And drinking Coca-Cola as they listen to your story.
Oh my God. Hey. The thing with friendship, only God can help us. Like someone said in the comment section, Proverbs has like great
of course,
Bible
wisdom
verses
words
about friendship. If you get to experience them, you might even lose interest in being friends with everybody. But we need people as we go on. That is why even God, as someone said in the comment section, God gave Abraham a helper, because we cannot be alone. Jesus had friends. Just be wise, pray for your friends, and evaluate yourself, analyze yourself. Where is your stand in that friendship? What are you doing? What are you adding to it? What impact are you yourself making in that friendship? Because some people, you can change them. There are some people that comes to your life and they learn from you. And so make sure you are impacting your friend positively and not negatively. If you start that friendship on gossip, that's how it's going to be. But if you start that friendship on prayer and, going for like church meetings and stuff like that, I believe you know the direction that friendship is gonna go. And so that will be all for tonight. I am very... Oh, someone says I didn't ask a question. I thought I asked all questions. So the question is, the question is in the studio with me. What criteria should we use to choose our friends as Christians? I thought I asked that question already.
We answered it.
We answered it, yes. She
Tell
probably
them
wasn't
to
paying
go back and
attention.
watch the video.
Go back, watch the video and get answer to your question. This is a video I feel like everybody should save onto their phone or wherever you think it will help you. Save it and revisit, you know, anytime you know you need answers to these things, and let it keep encouraging you and keep learning from it, because a lot has been shared. I'm going to go back and watch it as well, take notes, and I believe that it will help me very much. Thank you very much, Pastor Anita, for being here with me. Thank you for pouring out this wisdom that God has given you unto us. Some people have it and they'll never share. They are stingy. Thank you for not being stingy.
Thank you for having me, Lady
God
Helena.
bless you so much. God bless you, Pastor Anita. All right, people, this brings us to the end of today's discussion on the topic, who is your friend? I've learned a lot. If you missed it, you've missed a lot. Please go back and watch it. And whilst you watch, don't forget to share. Keep following FBN. Gospel City comes your way 6 p.m. every Sunday. And so, like Faith Broadcasters Network, keep watching there for all our videos. We have interesting program lineup as well, and so do follow, and we pray that whatever that we do blesses you as well. Look at the brighter side of it and let it bless you. Now, before I leave, I want to ask you, who is your friend? As we have learned today, take a time of your busy schedule, sit down, line up all your friends, probably write their names and list how well they have impacted your life, what you have done in their life as well, how the friendship is going, how it started, and then sieve off. You know, it's time to drop some, it's time to add some. If you feel the need to drop some friends, drop them. If you feel the need to keep some, keep them. Some friends are parasites. Let go of those people. Stick to the good ones. Don't forget to pray for your friends. Pray for your friends. Only God knows the hearts of people. Some people will be smiling brightly on in your face, like when they see you, they are so happy, and your head is swelling like this. Hey, this is my friend there. She doesn't play with me, or he doesn't play with me. When he sees me, when I go to his or her house, the food he will cook for me. That when he comes to my house, he will clean for me. He wash my. Hey, sister. After all that, is that your best friend? Someone's best friend? Does that your best friend has another best friend who has another best friend? Ask yourself. Speak to your friends. Don't build friendship on gossip. It's time to build godly friendship. It's time to build godly friendship. It is time to build godly friendship. Let God lead you. Let God lead you in choosing friends as well. And I pray that God will help us all keep good and amazing friends. Someone says, God bless you, Pastor Anita. You are amazing. I love you. You know, I'm the only one who can bother you with last minute questions, but the love is deep. Yes, that is Auntie Esla. Mrs. Amponsa, small PDA on sets. Won't you do? What is that PDA? I don't. Mr. Harrison, please come back with your question. I don't get it. Ibn Ananaben says, great insight. Even with pastors, be careful with which ones. Some will discuss your issue with other church members. Just be careful around everyone, because remember there are false prophets there as well. The Bible say it, and so they exist. They are there. Be careful who you trust with your information. Oh, public display of attention, that is PDA. All right, people. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. This brings us to the end of today's Gospel City. I love you so much. Don't forget, 6 p.m. every Sunday. And next week is Mother's Day. Next week is Mother's Day. Oh my God. Happy Mother's Day in advance to all mothers out there and to all potential mothers. Mothers are amazing. Mothers are gifts from God. Without mothers, the sacrifices they make for us. And so make time with us next week Sunday as we celebrate our beautiful mothers. To me, every mother is beautiful. Every woman is beautiful, actually. And so make time Sunday, next week Sunday, God willing, as we celebrate mothers. We will have a great discussion about women. If you are a man, join with your wife. Come learn a thing or two, and I believe that it will help us. Come with your messages, bombard the comment section with your Mother's Day wishes, and trust me with that, I will read them all. If you have any message that you want me to read out to your mother, you can send it to our email and we will gladly read it out to your mother as well. If not, leave it in the comment section and then we will read it for you. Happy Mother's Day once again in advance to all mothers. You all are amazing and we love you all so much. May God continue to bless every mother out there, everyone that is expecting, every potential mother. God bless us all. Now it's time for me to go. I'm sad. Every Sunday when it's time to go, I feel very sad because the conversations are interesting. The comment section is always making me smiling. But next week Sunday, God willing, we will meet again. Do have a blessed week. It's the month of May. Keep praising God, keep serving Him, trust Him. He is faithful. From January to May, God will see us through. We will sit here to celebrate December together, God willing. Do have a blessed and a wonderful day, and God bless you. See you.